A gentle, melancholic piano melody begins, overlaid with the distant sound of waves. A breathy, almost whispered voice begins. Right, let's attempt to untangle this. It's funny, isn't it? How we build these expectations, these shimmering castles in the air, based on a few curated photographs and promises of luxury. Honestly, it's a bit pathetic, really. We yearn for a perfectly constructed escape, a little bubble of blissful ignorance, and then we arrive. It's a lesson in humility, darling, a brutal lesson. You see, I've always believed, and perhaps it's a foolish belief, born of a rather sheltered upbringing, that certain standards must be maintained. It's not about opulence, not really, it's about respect. A respect for the guest, for their time, for their peace of mind. A respect that was conspicuously absent at Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer. You're probably thinking, oh, another entitled tourist complaining. And maybe you're right, but hear me out, I didn't anticipate this. This wasn't a matter of thread count or champagne flutes, it was something far more insidious. It was a fundamental failure of empathy, of basic human decency. It reminds me of a story my grandmother used to tell about the winters in Kiev. You see, even amidst the biting cold and scarcity, there was always warmth, a shared understanding. People looked out for each other. This place lacked that soul. It started, as these things often do, with a feeling, a subtle unease. Upon arrival, one is immediately confronted with a certain aggressive hospitality. The male receptionist, he had this ponytail. I know it sounds trivial, but it was indicative of a certain disregard for aesthetics. A sort of calculated nonchalance, as if to say, we don't even try anymore. And his tone. Oh, his tone, it was forceful. He spoke to us as if we were inconveniencing him merely by existing. He assured us everything was sorted, a deceptively reassuring phrase, delivered with a chilling lack of sincerity. Like one of those characters in old Russian novels, you know, all surface charm and underlying malice. And then the rooms. Oh, the rooms. We'd booked, of course, with meticulous care, specifying our needs. I have certain requirements, you understand. And to arrive at 1 a.m. after a 5-hour journey to find our rooms completely muddled, it felt like a personal affront. Like a deliberate act of chaos. It's a fundamental principle of hospitality, is it not? To ensure a smooth, welcoming arrival. It's like offering someone a withered rose instead of a bouquet. It sends a message, doesn't it? A message of apathy. And the cleanliness, or rather the utter lack thereof. Mold flourishing in the shower like some sort of exotic, unwelcome garden. Slimy walls whispering tales of neglect. Hair not mine, thankfully strewn across the surfaces, a ghostly reminder of previous occupants. The sheets. They bore the faded, ominous stains of, well, let's not dwell on that. It felt like entering a forgotten corner of someone else's despair. It reminds me of the abandoned dachas outside of Chernobyl, you know, a sense of lingering decay. The single pillow. One, lumpy, misshapen, clearly yearning for the dustbin. I mean, how cheap can they get? It's not about the cost of the pillow, darling. It's about the message it sends. It says, we don't value your comfort, we don't care if you sleep well. And predictably, the housekeeping was non-existent. 10 days. 10 days we spent surrounded by our own accumulating grime, begging for fresh towels, for a simple roll of toilet paper. The audacity. To deem basic hygiene a luxury, but the real horror, the true plummet into despair, was the food. Oh, the food, it was a culinary wasteland. Imagine, if you will, a banquet prepared by someone who actively despises humanity. Mackerel perpetually overcooked and staring back at you with vacant eyes. Liver, a gelatinous mass that defied description. I am fairly certain tea.
The children present.
The businesses near Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer, are a case study in disappointment. If you're imagining quaint cafes, charming shops, or lively but fair nightlife, prepare to adjust those expectations downward sharply. The area operates on a different set of rules, where value is often an illusion, and the word service feels like it was translated wrong. Let's start with shopping. The Kemer shopping centre should be a hub for souvenirs, snacks, or even just a bottle of water that doesn't cost a day's wages. Instead, it's a masterclass in tourist exploitation. Prices swing wildly, with no logic except the thickness of your wallet. One visitor described it as a place where they sell cheap things for crazy money, and that's being generous. Another simply called it dirty, which, when paired with the aggressive upselling, paints a picture of an experience best avoided. If you need essentials, you might have better luck negotiating with a seagull. Then there's the dining scene. Mutfagi Kemer promises home-cooked Turkish meals, but delivers something closer to culinary betrayal. A diner ordered chicken sote and received what they described as 2 spoonfuls of food floating in water for 190 TL. Portions so small they could be mistaken for garnishes, prices so high they feel like typos. Even the act of entering the restaurant becomes a gamble. Some arrive hungry only to find it inexplicably closed, as if the concept of opening hours is a suggestion rather than a commitment. Nightlife here is less about dancing and more about surviving an elaborate money extraction scheme. Club Inferno Mania Kemer bills itself as a nightclub, but functions more like a poorly scripted heist. The music fades out so go-go dancers can perform, because who wants to dance when you can stand awkwardly filming performers with your phone? Drinks are priced like rare artifacts, with cocktails hitting €24 and entrance fees changing depending on who's asking. Some guests report being charged for bottles they didn't order, or worse, having drinks whisked away before they're finished. One reviewer put it bluntly, all they care about is taking money from you. If you're looking for a fun night out, you'd have better luck hosting a disco in your hotel closet. Sailors Beach Club takes the dysfunction to Olympic levels. Families recount near-death experiences, children nearly drowning in pools with no lifeguards, ambulances called by guests because staff couldn't be bothered. One father wrote, "My child narrowly escaped death, and the hotel management didn't care." The place operates with the efficiency of a broken vending machine, sunbeds policed like national treasures, water served in plastic cups if you're lucky, and a general vibe of, why are you even here? It's the kind of spot where you half expect to see a sign reading, "Abandon hope, all ye who enter." Hotels in the area like El Ancora seem to treat guests as inconveniences rather than customers. A chlorine leak led to a hospital visit because, according to one traumatized visitor, the alarm never went off. Rooms smell like sewer backups, minibars are stocked with Hope 2 water bottles, and all-inclusive apparently means all-inclusive, except for the things you actually want. One guest summed it up, the worst hotel ever, rude staff, nasty attitude, and nobody knows what they're doing. If Dante wrote a Yelp review, it would sound like this. Even rooftop dining, which should be a highlight, collapses under its own absurdity. Grace Rooftop Kemer serves lamb chops that double as biological weapons. One diner was poisoned. Sushi is allegedly on the menu, though by the descriptions it's closer to fish-shaped regret. The view is stunning, which is handy, because staring at the horizon is the only way to avoid looking at your plate. One guest was billed for coffee that was promised as complimentary, a small but telling detail in a symphony of letdowns. So what's the verdict?
The businesses near Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer, are a carnival of mediocrity, where the house always wins and the game is rigged. Prices are high, quality is low, and the only consistency is disappointment. If you must venture out, bring cash, skepticism, and a backup plan, or better yet, pack snacks.
Oh my God, I'm so worried about all these tourists coming to Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer. And I'm like, researching all these scams and frauds that happened around there. It's just so sad, So businesses near Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer, are like super fake, They'll invite you into their carpet shop, all friendly and stuff, offering you tea and a free tour. Yeah, right. They just want to sell you super expensive carpets that are not even worth it. They'll show you fake certificates. And if you're not careful, you'll end up paying thousands of euros for something that's worth like $100. I mean, can you imagine? You're on vacation, trying to relax, and then you get scammed like that. It's just so wrong, My prediction is that the tourists probably felt so stupid and angry with themselves after realizing they got scammed. I mean, who wouldn't? The scammers probably just laughed all the way to the bank, thinking they got away with it. It makes me so sick. And then there are these souvenir shops and jewelry stores near Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer, that are like total rip-offs. They'll sell you fake gold or leather goods. And when you complain, they'll just show you a fake certificate and refuse to refund your money. One tourist even got scammed out of 1,200 euros for a gold necklace that was just gold-plated brass. Can you believe it? I mean, who does that? My prediction is that the tourist was probably so upset and frustrated that they just gave up and left the store. I wouldn't blame them, you know. The scammers probably thought they got away with it. But really, they're just ruining people's vacations. And have you heard about credit card fraud in shops near Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer? It's like they'll skim your card or double charge you. And when you complain, they'll just blame it on a system error. Like, what even is that? One couple got scammed out of their money, and when they reported it to the police, nothing happened. It's just so unfair, you know. My prediction is that the couple was probably super stressed out and worried about their finances after that. I mean, who wouldn't be? The scammers probably thought they got away with it. But really, they're just causing so much trouble. And then there are these super aggressive salespeople in stores near Sherwood Greenwood Resort, Kemer, that will literally lock you